Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're at. I'm Matt Fox, and this is an issue of totally out of control news. I appreciate you all joining me here. I would encourage you to share and like, and let's get into today's events. It's freaking so annoying that I have to even do this podcast. I would much rather be utilizing my time writing my book or whatever. And for you that think that it might be some sort of political book, it is not. It's freaking crazy. I'll be sharing that with you guys when I'm done with it. But I guarantee you, it's something to read. Very, very entertaining. So let's get into a little bit about what's going on. So every morning when I wake up here, I'm in Rostock, Germany, by the way, but I'm a proud American with who's lost his hair, who's gotten old. And before I get into today's edition of Totally Out of Control News, I want to make a statement. I want to make a statement because I'm Catholic. I've been to confession. I've done everything that I need to do for myself, for the things that I've done in life, and the things that I feel bad about. And see, and the things that I've done, the sins that I've committed in life, are things that I feel bad about. Now, I don't do things, sins, and feel good about them. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a good person. I try to be a good person. So I'm going to put this out there right freaking now so everybody knows. Number one, I am not perfect. Number two, there has probably been more than one situation in my life where I have offended people or have done the wrong things, made the wrong decisions, possibly even had sexual relations with girls, and probably it was probably not such a wonderful situation for those girls, or maybe it was a wrong situation. I don't know. Those are things in my past when I was very young. And so I'm just going to say, when I was young, I made some stupid decisions. But since I've turned, I don't know, when I turned like 26 years old, since that time, I've always tried to make better decisions. And since that time, my sins have gotten a lot less. I just want to say that off the muscle. So for any of you watching, or anybody of you that know any girls that I known, or any of that other stuff, I'm going to put this out there as a general apology to anybody who if I have offended in my life, because I know that later on, if I ever get such a following, then somebody will reach into some sort of file somewhere, or somebody will reach into talk to somebody, and then they'll try to all throw it back in my face. So I'm just putting it out there now. I know I've offended people. I know I made bad decisions in my life at some point. But since 26 on, I can say, and I'm 62 now, so just saying. Okay, but that's something that I deal with. That's a God thing and church thing and your heart thing. And if you ain't got your heart right, then you're going to continue to make bad decisions. So let's get into it. So Donald Trump is now threatening Jerome Powell that he needs to get the hell out of the way and let him or his cronies take care of the policy from the Fed. Let me go ahead and say this. Donald Trump has drove a number of businesses into the ground. He has committed fraud on thousands of occasions, probably. He has cheated people out of their money, and he has caused major problems for businesses that were small businesses getting started and stuff, and drove them into the ground. I know this for a fact because when I had my first time that I ever saw him, my manager told me about the things that he did. And he told me about a lot of businesses that went out of business because Donald Trump threw them. What about Biden? What about Biden? We're not talking about Biden. We're talking about the present time. Okay? Biden is almost dead, probably. So Biden's not a worry anymore. So, and as far as Biden's businesses, I don't think you can look back into Biden's past and see about a bunch of businesses that he drove into the ground. But thank you for your comment, Elias, and keep on watching and give me a thumbs up. Okay, so, but Trump is threatening the Fed chairman, and if he doesn't get out of the way, who knows what they're going to do to him? Who knows what he's going to do to him? Nevertheless, Trump is doing this on his own and going to probably use the DOJ to try to get him thrown out or somehow some sort of charges thrown against him. So thank you, Elias, for that, pointing that out. He's a career politician who did nothing. I would not necessarily agree with you, but I'm not a Democrat, so I'm not. You keep on throwing Biden out there. I don't care about Biden. I'm a Republican, and I'm sad that my Republican Party is being led by a narcissistic egomaniac kid, and that's what he is. You know, they just talked about this earlier about since Trump has been in office. They don't say, "Hey, what's up, Des? Thanks for tuning in. Glad that you're over there doing some good things, hopefully." But nevertheless, they were talking about this today. NATO countries are looking at Trump as a new pariah because Donald Trump threatened Greenland. He's doing things without consulting NATO as far as things that are upending the whole economic world. And so therefore, I mean, you do not hear, and this is something that I was really bothered by, is that you don't hear people saying that Trump is the leader of the free world. Before, the U.S. president was always considered like the leader of the free world. Well, now, because of all the stuff that Donald Trump's doing, countries are looking at us stupid. And I don't think that's such a good deal. The way we're looked at, like, I mean, I'm here in Germany, right? And when I go outside and people realize that I'm an American, they kind of turn around and talk behind my back or whatever, maybe, you know what I'm saying? About the things that are going on in America. So, Rob, thanks for that comment. Not me being the leader of the free world. The leader of the free world is normally the president of the United States. That's what was normally said, but now that's not what they're saying anymore. Nobody's saying that. So, and because of the things that are going on in America, we are looking terrible. We, Americans. I'm an American. I'm a Republican American. So therefore, you know what I'm saying? But what Donald Trump continues to do is to withhold the Epstein files. And Marjorie Taylor Greene was on the news again talking about some of the threats that she's had since that time that she had that phone call with Donald Trump. And Donald Trump threatened her and told her that if she signed that discharge position, that his friends would get hurt. So, and I'm going to go ahead and just put this out there. He wasn't just talking about his friends. He's talking about himself. Right? So everybody already knew that this guy was a sex offender when they elected him. And I don't understand how he was able to get in office, because if you're a sex offender, normally you have to register with the government wherever you live. And also, you can't buy a gun, you can't vote. So how is he voting? I want to understand, how is he voting if he's a convicted felon? If you're a convicted felon, you can't vote. I got to look that up. Maybe in Florida the laws are different for felons. But nevertheless, maybe one of you knows. Maybe one of you's Trump's neighbor down there from Florida, and you know the law over there. You can tell me all about it. So this president continues making these AI images, posting these AI images of himself as a healer, Jesus, with Jesus behind him or whatever. Listen, he's threatening the Pope and calling the Pope names and disrespecting the Pope. All right. Now, Donald Trump is not religious. I don't care how he tries to sell himself to the religious right, but he's not religious. And as far as him knowing any Bible verses, I would probably beg to say that he probably couldn't even repeat one. I don't know. And 10 Commandments, he's broken every one of them. So, I'm just saying. This is not somebody that we need as the leader of our country, but somehow he's there. So we got to deal with them. So, but the continuing actions of this administration shows that they are all acting as puppets for him. I don't know what he's doing, that he's maybe getting them to sign loyalty pledges or whatever. I'm not sure how he's getting all these people to continue to back his hiding the Epstein files. There's so many allegations made against Trump in the Epstein files. And then James Comer has the fucking gall to come on TV and say that Donald Trump has been he's not guilty of anything and this and that. There needs to be some serious investigations, not just into Donald Trump, but all the other people who are involved. I heard there's some serious accusations made against Ellen and others that were involved in some sort of placenta farming. There's a whole bunch of allegations and things that were discussed. There's also some deaths out there on the Zorro Ranch, possibly bodies buried over there. And from my information, there's a room over there also hidden, built somewhere on the property and air conditioned. So I'm just saying, there's going to be a lot of things that come out at some point. It's just a matter of time. And whether Congress can get it all pulled together, we'll see how that's going to happen. As far as the 25th Amendment, the talk for the 25th Amendment is being louder and louder and louder. People are resigning left and right. We had Eric Swalwell, the Democrat who was running for governor of California. He had some allegations. He's facing some serious problems. And I'm thinking this dude probably is going to be convicted at some point because he made a statement in regards to the allegations. Sorry about that. I'll do that later. He made a comment on TV about some of the things that were said, that that he talked to his wife and that he's dealing with as a personal matter with his wife. So I'm thinking he did some shit. Now, whether he is guilty of rape or whatever, I don't know. It could be that some of these girls actually did it on their own and then just because he's running for governor came back. I don't know. But like I said, he's a Democrat. I don't care. I'm a Republican. So I will not vote in that race, even though it's in California. And that California is where I come from. Nevertheless, I will not vote in that election because the Republicans that are in that race are MAGA, and I'm not gonna sign on to any of that shit. So another thing that's going on right now is the Trump administration is going out of their way with the DOJ to prosecute whistleblowers that brought things to the attention of the FBI or other investigative agencies where Trump was somehow, somehow involved. And any of these investigations that led to them talking to Trump, well, these people who did the whistleblowing, they are now going to be prosecuted. The DOJ is attempting to prosecute whistleblowers. So if they see something that Trump is doing wrong and they go and say something about it, if he's doing some illegal shit, right? And they say something about it, if they know it's illegal and they say something about it, they're going to prosecute him. So nobody's going to come forward anymore. Trump doesn't have a whole lot of independent individuals in the government that can, you know, look at right and wrong, what's ethical, what's not ethical. So inspector generals, that's what the word I was looking for. Well, they're not around very much anymore because they don't want to be prosecuted. So therefore, they're playing really loose over there in the Trump administration now. You already know that Kristi Noem got herself a couple of jets, when she was in DHS. Tom Homan was able to take a $50,000 bribe and keep it. I mean, there's just been a slew of things that have happened. Trump has tore down half the White House. Trump is talking about building an ark. Friggin' Kash Patel is flying his girlfriend around on FBI jet. He's having Secret Service drive his drunk girlfriends home. Kash Patel flies to Italy to go party with the freaking hockey team. I mean, the stuff that's coming out of this administration is freaking crazy. Totally out of control news, I'm telling you. So, like I said, hey, thanks for watching. I'm Matt Fox. I'm in Rostock, Germany, coming to you live. I'm an American out of LA, and glad you're here to join me. Like and share. Appreciate it. Trying to get up to 2 million subscribers. Help me out. Subscribe, all right? So, the thing is, it's totally out of control. Totally out of control. The Trump administration is now, check this out. This is another one. It's driving me crazy. The DOJ, the Department of Justice, right, is now attempting to wipe the convictions of the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers off the freaking records. Now, why would he do that? Why would the Donald Trump administration want to do that? I'm going to tell you why. Because I've been talking about this for a while. Probably for 6 months I've been talking about this. It's going to happen. So you already know that Donald Trump and the ICE and DHS has already got facilities all around the country. Each of these facilities can hold up to 10,000, built for 10,000 people, but more. They'll probably fill him up to the top. He also wants to open up Alcatraz. He wants to redo it and open it back up. Why? For what? The only way you can get to Alcatraz with a helicopter or a boat. They ain't got no airport there. So now I've been talking about this for a while. When the midterms come, these Oath Keepers and Proud Boys will be enlisted by the Trump administration to mess with people that are trying to get out and vote, and probably mostly Democrats. No? So, and that's why he doesn't want the vote by mail, even though he voted by mail, amazingly. He is looking for these guys and others who will all have to sign non-disclosure agreements, who will all have to sign loyalty pledges to him, and they will be following specific orders from specific commanders who are 100%. Thanks, Pussyfoot. Thank you very much. But listen, when it comes time and you guys are trying to get out there to vote, more than likely, if you were in a protest, if you are freaking just a part of filming ICE's actions or any of that other stuff, then more than likely your face has been scanned and you are in a server somewhere, and those lists and names will be sorted out, and come time for the vote to happen, and they already know where you vote at, they already know where you live, they already know your phone number, they already know your email address, they already know your social security number, everything. So when these guys are set out to go pick up people, and that's what they'll be doing, then there's not going to be any due process. It's not going to be any due process. They're not going to be wanting to hear or answer your questions. And they will be detaining people. And why? Because they are going to try to steal the election. They already know they're going to lose if they get a fair vote. If there's a fair vote, they already know they're going to lose. People are leaving the party left and right. And for everybody that was a Republican and left the party, then their name is going to be added to the list, because they will be then designated as a threat to the Republican Party. Now, I would like to point out one more thing, and I'm going to show you something right here. I think I still have it. And that is sorry, give me a second here. There it is. Okay, I think that's it. So, okay. So this is a memorandum. This is a presidential memorandum. It's called National Security, NSP, National Security, whatever, NSPM 7, National Security Presidential Memorandum 7. Okay. And in this thing, it says that if anybody is doing something against the government, that means, so protesting, disagreeing, or any of that other shit, you could possibly be arrested, possibly be detained. I'm just saying. So, and this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. Elections intimidation through proxies. And those proxies are the groups that the Trump administration or his DOJ or whoever, DHS, ICE, whoever, is going to be intimidating people trying to get out and vote. And if you're a Democrat, they're going to try to use every agency in the government to cause you problems. Every agency in the government. Housing, banking, FCC, everything they're going to try to use against you if you are a Democrat or if you are not down with Donald Trump's policies. So, the administration is going way out of their way on this stuff. And it's right around the corner. You guys already know. And that's why they're trying to do this with the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers now. Because they know that these dudes could be bought. They can be bought. Because they are trying to overthrow the government anyway. They don't want the government. So, but with Donald Trump there, they don't have a government. What they have is a criminal organization. That is what Donald Trump and his group are, a criminal organization. So this dude is really not medically going to last much longer, really. So the question is what happened when he's gone? If he sows so much instability in our country, then where are we going to go when he, I don't know, let's say he croaks. Let's say somebody takes him out or something. I don't know. Let's say he falls down the stairs. I don't know. But he's not going to make it through his term. There's no way he's going to make it through his term. His health ain't good enough. So, but the whole point of Donald Trump's actions is to destabilize everything, to cause distraction as he and his cronies and his family steal your money. Steal your money. You guys, he's talking about you're going to get so much money for on your returns because of me. Don't forget where that money comes from. That's your money. That's your money that you paid in for taxes. But guess what? Even though you're going to get that money back, you're going to be paying that money out almost 2 or 3 times because gas, every time you go to the gas station, it costs you $1 more a gallon or more every time. So if you put in 60 gallons in your tank, that's $60 more than you had to pay last 2 months ago. Okay? So, and if you go fill up your tank, so every 2 or 3 times a week, that's 180 bucks. 180 bucks a week. So what you get back from the government, that's going to be used up in 2 or 3, 4 or 5 weeks. You understand what I'm saying? So you're really, it's not helping you. Even though you get a tax return and it's a little bit of money, if you're spending more at the grocery store and more at the gas station, that ain't going to help you out. That ain't going to help you out. And for anybody who's sitting here still defending Trump, it's worthless, man. Either you guys are criminals or you don't have any sense whatsoever and you don't see the light. Because Donald Trump is trying to stop all investigations into him. Donald Trump is trying to quash every allegation against him, even though they may be true. Donald Trump is trying to deny that Epstein was his best friend. He even has Todd Blanche out there saying, "Oh, he didn't even like him. He didn't even like him." Bullshit. They were best friends for 15 years. Donald Trump formed a modeling agency for a while with the help of Epstein and Paolo Zampoli and Jean-Luc Brunel and all these other guys were all involved. John Casablancas, they were all involved in trafficking little girls to Jeffrey Epstein and other individuals who paid money and who were also blackmailed by who? Israel. So, and that's why we need to talk about something else. Now, like I said, I'm Catholic. I don't care if you're Muslim. I don't care if you're Jewish. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're white. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm mixed. I'm Mexican, Spanish, Italian, and Irish, right? So I don't judge people by their color. I don't judge people by their religion. But Donald Trump, he don't care about that either. All he wants is the money. So, and the power. And that's why he's trying to plaster his name on shit everywhere, because he thinks when he's gone that that's just going to be there for years to come. I got news for you, Donald Trump. It's not. Because as soon as he's out of office, or as soon as he dies, or whatever, he will not be looked at as a wonderful leader of the free world. Because, see, he done lost that title for us. For us Americans, we're not looked on that way anymore. Because they are people in the whole world are disgusted with the corruption that is going on in America and the ability of the Trump administration to try to twist the minds of Americans. Look at the people that were once strong MAGA supporters. Megyn Kelly, she even tried to kind of make it okay that the girls were like 15, 16 years old. She tried to clean it up for them. But when he did what he did in Iran and said he was fixing to blow the whole nation up and their whole civilization would be gone, oh, now he's a bad guy. It's amazing for me. It's just amazing for me that some of you sit there and still try to protect this guy. He is not going to help you. He is only trying to help himself. And if you are somehow grifting off of his thing, then more power to you for however long it goes. You know what I'm saying? Eventually it's going to be going down. MAGA people are pissed. They are pissed. Everybody that had shops and they were selling all that Donald Trump memorabilia and everything, they are pissed. Their sales have gone down, down, down. People are burning their MAGA hats and all that shit that they bought from Trump. They're mad at the mother trucker. Megyn Kelly, Alex Jones, Joe Rogan, they're all calling him out for what he is. And for some of you who are sitting here trying to comment and defend Trump, now you're either one or the other. I'm just saying. I apologize if that offends you, but it is the way it is. Most people understand that Donald Trump is not a good person. Donald Trump doesn't donate to charities. You look at he won't even let his taxes be seen because he doesn't want the rest of the world to know how much he's paying in taxes. And it ain't that much. It ain't that much, I guarantee. So, but he is much like many other corporations that have a lot of debt and therefore they don't pay no taxes. Elon Musk probably doesn't pay any taxes. You know what I'm saying? Nevertheless, it's getting seriously annoying that we are allowing Donald Trump to distract from the Epstein survivors and to have some accountability. And yeah, Marlene, yeah, that's not true. Okay, if he gives his salary to somebody, I guarantee you he's donating to his own library. So don't even go there. If you believe that, you can believe that. That's all right with me. Hey Joseph, what's up, man? Yeah, give me a thumbs up, you guys. Like and share, appreciate it, and let's keep going. So, like I told you guys, I'm a Catholic, right? So, like I said, I don't care about what religion you are. I respect you either way because that's who I am. And I don't hate. I dislike things, but I don't hate. So, but one of the things that I am having an issue with is AIPAC. AIPAC is Israeli, American Israeli Political Action Committee, and they donate to many politicians. No, I'm not drunk. I just wear sunglasses. That's just who I am. I'm not drunk. I'm having orange juice here. Just woke up. So AIPAC donates a lot of money to Americans and politicians on both sides of the aisle. And it's looking like the money that they are donating, they are getting a lot for their money because Donald Trump went over there and started a war with Iran when they had been trying to do this for years. They've been trying to get American presidents for years to try to attack Iran, but now it's happening. So the things that Donald Trump was saying before in regards to going and get this uranium that they had enriched down there, talking about sending our soldiers to go down there and get this uranium, it's crazy. So now Russia is making some sort of offer to take the uranium, the enriched uranium, off the Iranians' hands. And the Iranians are now talking in regards to how it's gonna go forward. But Donald Trump is now sending thousands more of our sons and daughters into that region and putting them in danger. There's already been American lives lost in this illegal war, in this criminal war. And I can tell you that when it's all over and done with, if Donald Trump is still alive and he gets arrested and sent to the ICC, that fool will be found guilty for the things that he has done. 100%. There's no way around it. If the ICC gets their hands on Donald Trump after he's out of office, 100%, they will convict him of doing some illegal shit, some criminal actions. He has violated the international law on more than one occasions. More than one occasions. So let's look at the last thing I got here, and that is the Epstein files. They're Todd Blanche is trying to say that Donald Trump has been completely, uh, uh, he's completely innocent, and that they are not going to be doing anything in regards to the files after this. There's only half of the files have been let out, but he's saying everything has been let out. No, he's lying to the American public, just like Donald Trump is lying to the American public, and it's getting old. It's getting really old. So, what you guys have to worry about is when the vote comes. That's what you got to worry about. If you're a Republican and you're voting for Trump, then they ain't gonna mess with you. But if you're out there and you don't necessarily agree with the Trump administration or their policies, then you might be arrested, you might be detained, whatever. But they definitely will not let you vote. I'm telling you now. And I've been talking about this for a long time. All right? Christo, or yeah, yeah. Hey, no, I'm not lying, and I can talk pretty good. But nevertheless, yeah, money talks in this world. You're right. Okay, so I got to go downtown and do some appointments today. I'm going to be trying to work on my book some more. I hope that I don't have to look at the news tomorrow and see some other stupid stuff. I hope that Donald Trump is not going to drop any nuclear bombs before tomorrow morning. But in this day and age, I mean, I never know. I really never know when I'm going to wake up and hear some shit about Donald Trump dropping a nuclear bomb somewhere. Yeah. So, last word, and this one's straight to Donald Trump. Donald Trump, the best thing you could do, because you wanted a Nobel Peace Prize, the best thing you could do is to go over there, help Ukraine win the war against Russia, push Russia out of Ukraine, and then you will get the Nobel Peace Prize for getting that ceasefire that you said you were going to be able to do in 24 hours, and we're now already over a year into your presidency. Yeah, because then your poll numbers will go up. Then you'll be looked at in a positive way. But until that time, if you continue to do things like wipe the convictions of the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers, still withholding the Epstein files, attacking Jerome Powell, disrespecting the Pope, then you're out of there. You're out of there. And it's just a matter of time before, you know what I'm saying, either your health's going to take you away, or one of these dudes that's pissed off at you, such as some MAGA dude, will come over there and try to do some stupid shit. So, yeah, that's about it. That's about it, Donald Trump. Okay, so I'm Matt Fox, and I'm sitting in Rostock, Germany. Like I said, I'm coming to you live from over here because this is where I live. I got a kid, I got a wife, and, you know, I don't do the kind of sinning that I used to do when I was young, thank God. And I look forward to living another day. And hopefully I won't have to deal with any kind of bad news from the other side of the ocean. I can't even visit my mom. That's how bad it is. Okay, guys. This has been an issue of Totally Out of Control News. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up. Appreciate you watching. Love your comments. Whether you agree with me or you don't agree with me, I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? You got your right to your opinion. But if you're over there grifting off of Trump, or you're a pedophile or whatever, then that's your deal. I mean, I'm not the police, but I am a Republican. And I hope that one day we can have the grand old party back to what it was. All right, so thanks for watching, and goodbye from Rostock, Germany. I'm Matt Fox, and this is Totally Out of Control News. Thanks for watching.